Hi, my name's Mawrgan from 1700 and I'm joined here with Greg from Dreadnaught. Greg, how are you?
Good, thanks. How you doing, Mawrgan?
I'm doing well. So you're here touring, you're promoting your new album.
Yep.
It's self-titled. Tell us a little bit about the album or the tour.
Just basically doing an East Coast and Japan tour as well, which is something we haven't done for a while. And the record has just come out in Japan on a label called Soundholic. Came out on the 22nd of July, so in September we're heading over there for just 3 shows in Osaka, Nagoya and Tokyo.
Tokyo, I saw.
Yep, so going to just follow up on the record's release in Japan, which is cool, and as well as keeping playing through Australia for the rest of the year.
Yep. Any reason why Japan in particular?
Oh, well, we basically set up a band by the name of Argument Soul. They came out and did our album launch in Melbourne in May, and just between the two bands we were able to help each other out in regards to getting, we helped them out in Australia getting distribution for their latest album, and they sort of did the same for us, and I actually went there a little earlier in the year and met some of the people from Soundholic and did my best to communicate despite the language barrier about the fact that we wanted to have a release in Japan, and not only that, come over and back it up as well.
Yeah, I was wondering, are there any fears you have going over to obviously a country, language, sort of?
No.
Nah?
No, not at all.
Excited about it and everything?
Yeah, no, that's fine. You just adapt and.
Yeah. It'll be a big difference. I see you're playing in Geelong. In
a couple of nights.
Yeah, couple.
Tour.
Be a bit of a difference from Geelong to Tokyo.
We're actually going to Tasmania before Tokyo, so so that's kind of cool. So with the Australian stuff we're definitely used to, but this is going to be a whole different ball game altogether.
But definitely something you look forward to.
Oh, for sure. It's actually our first OS trip, despite we've been around for a long time. We had an album out in America in the early part of this decade, I guess you could say. But back then there weren't cool things like grants and other things like that to help you along to go. So at the time to go to the US and back that up, but that did all right for us there and stuff like that. So it's not the first time we've had an international release for one of our albums, but this is the first time we're able to sort of go and follow up the fact that it's only been out for a couple of months, and go there and back it up, and also look at going back there again in the early year. Yep. So make it a tour stop.
Yeah, awesome. I noticed this year particularly is your biggest year for touring. Has it been busy, or is it going to be busy soon?
Well, it's just it's all just happening at the moment. We're obviously just going out on weekends and things like that at the moment. Obviously, Japan will be a bit longer trip. I guess it's just part of what you do when you release an album. We're not that proficient with releases. It's only every few years. So when we do that, though, we like to go and back it up, and obviously having something like a Japanese release, to follow up as well, just only makes for more to look forward to. We're already planning 6 months plus ahead, so there's other things happening as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, this album I saw was described as different. It was described as a bit of a return to your metal roots. Can you tell me what the real difference is, or?
Well, yeah, I think it's probably the heaviest album we've ever done, like consistently heavy album. But as a band, we don't sit there and make decisions like that. It's not really how we.
It's a creative.
Yeah, it's not really how we operate. It's what sort of feels right. When we start a record, I guess getting over the first 3 songs is always a bit of a hurdle, and sometimes there is almost a hangover from the last album as well that comes into play, because songs might have been getting played and organised for over a year before things start reforming to make a record. So, therefore, once we get past the sort of 3-song hurdle, you sort of find out where the record's going, and this one just felt right to go a lot heavier and a lot more often. But then again, it's still got the acoustic interludes that sort of go throughout the album to sort of bring a whole atmosphere to the thing.
It's really cool. So obviously touring, album just out, but you said just then sort of looking 6 months in the future. What have you got planned?
Oh, well, definitely back after Japan. Like, we're going to Brisbane after we go to Japan, so that'll sort of finish up the East Coast as well as
that
sort of thing. So, you know, then it'd be sort of, you know, some visits over west, I guess, and, you know, possibly, you know, back to Sydney. And we're looking at the moment at filming a show just near Christmas here in Melbourne as a live DVD to come out early next year. So, and that'll include, you know, video clips and stuff. We've already done 4 clips from the album. Yep. We've only put 2 out thus far, but there's been 4 clips done from the album, plus all our other stuff from over the years, as well as a live show filmed here in Melbourne.
That DVD will definitely be something good, because I've heard that you guys have a really good on-stage reputation. Have quite an energetic performance.
Oh, you know, I guess that's, you know, that just comes from years of playing anyway. I mean, I think, you know, if there's only a few people there, I don't think it really matters. It's not the point. I mean, I think some bands want a medal for being up there. Although, you know, you don't deserve one unless you're willing to, you know, if there's 5 people there, 5,000, it shouldn't really matter. You know, the dynamic's just a little different, but that's, you know...
Still got to work just as hard.
Well, yeah, that's it, you know, rather than, you know, it doesn't matter if there's a few people in the room. Maybe you can have a bit more fun when there's a few people in the room, but, you know, yeah, definitely that sort of ethic of, like, when you play, you play. You know, people have paid to get in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you very much for joining us today, Greg. It was a pleasure meeting you.
You too. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks very much.